wondered why the economy can be so unpredictable? It's like a wild ride with unexpected twists and turns. The Great Depression is a prime example of how things can go from great to terrible in a hurry. Nonetheless, it's an established historical fact that some of the most economically painful times are heralded by periods of apparent prosperity. In reality, everything happening in our current economic landscape, both in terms of economic theories and historical precedents, serves as a conspicuous warning of impending economic challenges. So, if you're interested in understanding the circumstances that preceded the Great Depression, you need not look far. In today's video, we're going to demystify the economic roller coaster known as the boom-bust cycle. We'll break down how it's tied to how banks work, the importance of interest rates, and how to recognize the signs when the economy might be in trouble. Welcome to the New Africa Wealth. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more informative videos. History often reveals a perplexing pattern, periods of false abundance preceding severe economic hardship. Take the Great Depression as a prime example, a time when the nation's economic health plummeted into chaos. Now, as we turn our gaze towards the present, we may notice an eerie familiarity in the economic landscape. It's not just an academic theory, it's a living testament to the cyclical nature of economics. The boom-bust cycle, which is perpetuated by the intricate dance between fractional reserve banking and central planning, plays a significant role in these economic fluctuations. When banks lend money into existence, they disrupt the natural equilibrium of supply and demand, resulting in lower interest rates. This artificially low cost of borrowing lures individuals and businesses into a borrowing spree, making them believe they're riding high on economic prosperity. However, this abundance is often deceptive, as it's built on a foundation of debt and unchecked lending. The signs of impending economic downturn are scattered throughout our contemporary economic landscape, should one choose to observe. Overextended inventories, declining asset prices, rising delinquencies in credit cards, and tightened lending standards within the banking sector are all telltale indicators. The housing market, for instance, appears to be caught in a paradox where high prices and the cost of living present formidable challenges for potential buyers. With mortgage rates rising, the once stable housing market now feels the strain of uncertain times. In the stock market, valuations have been skyrocketing, mirroring patterns observed before previous market crashes, pointing to a potential inflection point in the cycle. The boom phase of the economic cycle is like a period of widespread optimism and enthusiasm. During this stage, individuals, businesses, and investors tend to feel positive about the overall state of the economy. One of the primary drivers of this phase is the role played by banks and their lending activities. As banks increase their lending, they inject more money into the economy, resulting in lower interest rates. Lower interest rates make borrowing more attractive, which in turn encourages businesses to expand their operations, invest in new projects, and hire additional staff. Consumers are also enticed to take out loans for significant purchases like homes and cars due to the more affordable interest rates. This surge in borrowing and spending creates an illusion of prosperity and economic growth. However, it's important to remember that this apparent abundance is often based on a foundation of debt. During the boom phase, stock markets typically experience substantial gains. The potential for quick profits attracts investors, and companies report robust earnings, further fueling the prevailing optimism. The public's confidence in the economy leads to an increase in consumer spending, which in turn can lead to higher consumer demand for goods and services. Businesses respond by expanding production and hiring more employees, creating a cycle of rising income and spending that reinforces the perception of prosperity. It's worth noting that the boom phase is characterized by a general lack of skepticism. Many individuals believe that the good times will continue indefinitely. However, what often goes unnoticed is the escalating level of debt that underlies this phase. The unwavering optimism can lead to risky financial decisions, and it's essential to remember that while the boom phase can be exciting, it frequently serves as a precursor to an impending economic downturn. Transitioning from the boom to the bust phase of the economic cycle can be likened to a pivotal moment when the music suddenly stops at a lively dance. It's a time of reflection and decision-making for central banks and financial institutions. As we journey from a period of apparent prosperity to an impending economic downturn, there are two primary pathways that authorities can tread. One route involves central banks resorting to a policy of continually lowering interest rates to extend the boom phase. This might seem like a quick fix to keep the party going, but it's akin to providing more fuel to a fire that's already burning fiercely. The central bank encourages even more borrowing by lowering interest rates further, effectively kicking the can down the road. This scenario can delay the inevitable bust, but it's a risky strategy. As the boom continues, prices are artificially inflated and assets become overvalued. Eventually, the bubble bursts, leading to a more severe and painful downturn as the malinvestments and misallocations of resources become evident. The second pathway, one fraught with its challenges, is a more prudent approach. It involves central banks raising interest rates, deliberately cooling off the excessive borrowing that drives the boom phase. This strategy acknowledges the fundamental truth that the debt-fueled boom must come to an end, one way or another. By increasing interest rates, new borrowing slows down, and an automatic deleveraging process begins. The painful process of repaying existing debt starts, but it's a necessary step to avoid a more catastrophic outcome. While this strategy might entail a tough adjustment period, it prevents the boom from inflating to unsustainable levels, ultimately leading to a more controlled and less devastating bust phase. In practice, central banks often find themselves in a dilemma. Choosing between these two pathways depends on their assessment of the economic landscape and their willingness to face short-term pain for long-term stability. In our ever-changing economic landscape, recognizing real-world warning signs that often precede an impending economic downturn is of paramount importance. These signals serve as vital markers for individuals, businesses, and policymakers alike. An evident warning sign can be witnessed within the automotive industry, where the accumulation of excessive inventory hints at a changing market. As seen recently with prominent automakers like Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Fiat significantly reducing prices to clear surplus stock, it's apparent that the market may be reaching a saturation point. This surplus of inventory reflects a potential dip in consumer demand, signaling a shift in economic conditions and the need for a cautious approach. Another pertinent sign is found in the world of luxury goods, with Rolex watches being a case in point. These watches, often considered symbols of affluence and financial security, have historically maintained or even increased in value. However, recent fluctuations in the prices of pre-owned Rolex watches, including noticeable declines in their worth, raise questions about economic stability. Individuals who invest in such luxury items frequently do so to safeguard their wealth. A drop in the value of these assets may suggest changing perceptions and a desire to hold on to cash, indicating a sense of uncertainty about the future. Furthermore, the credit card delinquency rate is a valuable indicator to consider. Credit cards often become a financial lifeline for individuals, particularly during times of economic strain. A rising delinquency rate points to more people struggling to meet their credit card payments, primarily due to financial stress and an inability to manage their debts. This serves as an indicator of financial hardship at the individual level and may potentially translate into more extensive economic challenges if not addressed proactively. The housing market is a pivotal component of our economic landscape, often serving as both a driving force and a reflection of overall financial well-being. When we consider the housing market in the context of the economic boom-bust cycle, it becomes evident that housing can be both a catalyst and a barometer of economic conditions. During boom periods, the housing market typically witnesses a surge in demand, leading to an increase in property prices. This apparent prosperity can inspire potential homebuyers to take on larger mortgages, sometimes stretching their financial boundaries to acquire their dream homes. However, As interest rates climb and the economy approaches the transition to the bust phase, the burden of servicing these mortgages can grow significantly, potentially resulting in a surge of delinquencies and foreclosures. A prominent issue in the contemporary housing market is the simultaneous escalation of property prices and the cost of living. This juxtaposition poses a formidable challenge for aspiring home buyers. The elevated housing costs make it increasingly challenging for individuals and families to enter the housing market, particularly in sought-after urban areas. Concurrently, the broader increase in the cost of living, encompassing everything from essential groceries to healthcare, places further strain on household budgets. As mortgage rates begin to climb, reflecting central banks' attempts to curb excessive borrowing characteristic of the boom phase, many homeowners with variable rate mortgages or those contemplating home purchases will grapple with higher monthly mortgage payments, intensifying their financial pressures. In the realm of debt, the housing market is intricately connected to economic stability. It's vital to acknowledge that the housing market can be a double-edged sword during economic transitions. Although it may seem opportune to invest or secure a mortgage when property prices are soaring, it is essential to weigh the potential consequences if economic conditions take a turn. The upswing in mortgage rates, combined with the economic challenges often associated with the shift to the bust phase, can have a profound impact on homeowners, leading to financial hardships, defaults, and disruptions in the financial well-being of individuals and families. Stock market valuation is a pivotal element of the financial landscape and plays a vital role in assessing investor sentiment and overall economic stability. Valuation, in this context, involves the process of determining the true value or price of a stock or the entire stock market. To gauge stock market valuations, investors and analysts utilize various methods, with one commonly used metric being the price-to-earnings ratio. This ratio compares a company's stock price to its earnings per share, providing insights into whether a stock is potentially overpriced or underpriced. As the economic cycle progresses through its boom phase, stock market valuations often experience an upward trajectory, influenced by investors' growing optimism about future earnings. This optimism results in higher stock prices, leading to an increase in the price-to-earnings ratio. However, these valuation spikes can sometimes outpace the actual growth in company earnings, posing the risk of overvaluation. If the price-to-earnings ratios significantly deviate from historical averages, it serves as a warning sign that stock prices might be entering a bubble and could be vulnerable to a market correction. Understanding stock market valuation is a fundamental aspect of making informed investment decisions. When price-to-earnings ratios soar to historical highs, it serves as an indicator to investors that stocks may be overpriced, prompting more cautious investment strategies. Conversely, during economic downturns or the transition to the bust phase, stock market valuations often decline as earnings expectations wane and investors adopt a more risk-averse stance. The inflection point, a pivotal juncture in the economic boom-bust cycle, marks the transition from prosperity to a potential downturn. It's a moment when the party seems to be winding down and individuals, businesses, and policymakers face crucial decisions. As the economic cycle approaches this turning point, a significant consideration is how central banks respond. The key question is whether they opt to lower interest rates once more, intending to extend the boom phase by stimulating additional borrowing. While this approach might be tempting, it's akin to adding more fuel to an already roaring fire. By further reducing interest rates, central banks encourage additional borrowing, artificially inflating prices and fanning the flames of an economic bubble. This can delay the inevitable bust, but the risk is that it may ultimately result in a more severe and painful downturn as the bubble bursts, revealing the misallocations and malinvestments that have accumulated during the boom. The alternative path at the inflection point is a more measured approach, central banks raising interest rates to cool off excessive borrowing and encourage responsible economic decisions. Acknowledging that the debt-fueled boom must come to an end at some point, increasing interest rates helps slow down new borrowing and initiates an automatic deleveraging process. While this approach may involve short-term challenges, it is essential to prevent a more catastrophic outcome. It prevents the boom from inflating to unsustainable levels, resulting in a more controlled and less devastating bust phase. However, this path comes with its set of challenges, as central banks must strike a delicate balance between curbing borrowing and causing economic turmoil. The inflection point represents a critical moment where economic stability is at stake, and the decisions made by central banks can shape the future of an economy. Preparing for economic uncertainty is essential to safeguard your financial well-being and ensure you can weather unexpected storms. First and foremost, building a robust emergency fund is a critical step. Aim to set aside at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in a readily accessible savings account. This buffer can cover unforeseen expenses or serve as a safety net in case of job loss or income reduction, helping you avoid going into debt. Diversifying your investments is another prudent strategy to mitigate economic uncertainty. A well-balanced portfolio spread across various asset classes, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and even precious metals, can help reduce the impact of market volatility. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your investment strategy is crucial to ensure it aligns with your risk tolerance and financial goals. Moreover, homing financial literacy is essential to making informed decisions during economic uncertainty. Staying informed about economic trends, budgeting, and managing debt effectively are all valuable skills. Seek out reputable sources of financial advice and consider consulting a financial advisor to develop a customized plan for your specific circumstances. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you found the information insightful and useful. If you enjoyed the content, we would appreciate your support by leaving a comment, giving the video a like, and subscribing to the New Africa Wealth channel. Stay tuned for more engaging and informative videos in the future.